Okay, brothers and sisters, we're still in this series of transformation, the transformation series. All right, got my suit on for my speech. So, in order to increase or make your brain matter more dense, you got to remember everything that deals with the brain deals with frequencies. So, in order to make your brain more dense, it takes a certain amount of frequencies that you have to listen to periodically in order to increase your brain matter. Brain matter is the substance that literally uh, regulates or delegates the amount of intelligence that you will possess. Hold on, let me fix my pants. My ding dong is hurting me. You understand that? It's all about the amount of fitness of your brain matter. All right? And test done. The average person who uses only 10% brain power, their brain literally gives off the frequency of 40 hertz, which is extremely low. 40 hertz. And that's the average person who just your willy nilly, I gotta go to work, come home, smoke the weed, wash my clothes, watch my TV, eat, smoke weed, drink alcohol, sleep, never think about meditate, go to church, pay my taxes, file my taxes, get insurance, obey the law like a good house Negro, which laws don't exist. These are those who bring brain literally runs on 40 hertz or 40 frequency of 40 hertz. And it's important that we understand that the higher the frequency of the brain, the more intelligent you become. You understand that? So, your intelligence is based upon what you do. And we are the subject of change. When we change, everything around us changes. There is no way that we can remain in the way that society wants us to be, and things change 100%. You notice this in the past. You go to the 60s, the 70s, to the 80s, to the 90s, to the early 2000s, to the 2010 and 2020s, and we're now seeing what it now means to change. We are the ones who literally have the ability to change the entire spectrum. When you talk about spectrum, you're talking about the thing about spectrum. You're talking about frequencies that create colors. That's what we're talking about. Spectrum. Spectrum is literally frequencies that create colors. So we are the ones who literally can shift the spectrum of this realm. It is us who can literally shift and increase the spectrum of this realm and bring this realm, brothers and sisters, into a higher energy, a higher power, which means we have to increase the frequency of our brains, brothers and sisters, which means we have to literally think on higher things and do your brainwave practices like we had the 528s. That's a high frequency. You have the 963 and the 900s. It may sound sharp in your ears, but it's gonna do your body some wonders. All right. So when your brain is literally the center of everything. Your brain operates with intelligence. But before we get to that, your brain is actually your second brain. Your small and large intestines are your first brain, and your brain inside your head is your second brain. Remember, brothers and sisters, I said in the previous video, your small intestines and your large intestines, aka the gut, is like the captain, and your brain is like the co-captain. So just think of that show in the 70s, brothers and sisters, The Love Boat. Oh, The Love Boat. You got your small and large intestines, which is the captain. And you got your brain, baby, which is the co-captain. Higher body, anyway. So you understand that. your brain operates in an entire body. So that's why he talked about you bitch, which not you, him, which takes your body back to the factory standards of 528 hertz, the way you're supposed to be. Then you got your 963, and you go to higher frequencies. You got the 141, the 95. You go into the 963s. You go into the 810s, and you can literally use these frequencies, brothers and sisters, to increase your level of energy, increase your level of power. All right. And I mean, you look at it in the sense of that way, brothers and sisters. So it's important that we, as the original beings, take a good look at how we live. See, like I said, we are the ones who literally create the change. Change is created by us. There's nothing else that can create change in this realm but us. There ain't no God, no Jesus, no Allah, no Jehovah, no Yahushua, no Yehuda, no atheism, all these Yahs and these fake-ass deities and scientific thoughts, what you call a counterfeit spirits, these counterfeit beings, they're fake. They can't change anything. And as long as these Saxons, aka these white people and Jews, have created these religious-based beings, they have yet to prove themselves to have any power. But yet when we shift, us black and Hispanic people, excluding Mexicans, everything shifts around us. And so increasing your amount of brain matter, there's foods that you can eat. Yes, foods. You can go and look it up, these foods that you can eat that will increase your brain matter. I'm not going to get too much into it because you know how YouTube is about foods and diets and medical misinformation, all this other bullshit. So I'm not going to go into it because they wrong for trying to rule over a people when they're on a planet that they're not supposed to be a part of. Now, if you remember the movie Lucy, which I never saw, but I heard about, the movie Lucy, they had this stuff called CPH4 that she ingested. And what they didn't want you to see, that the CPH4 increased her brain matter. All right? It increased the amount of brain matter. And whatever this stuff was caused her, the frequencies, oh my God, in her brain to be so high that she was able to link into televisions, link into telephones, link into computer systems, all right? And whatever it was, she wanted more and more and more of it. Okay. So what we're looking at, brothers and sisters, we're looking at something that increases the brain matter, that causes the brain matter to multiply. Because the more brain matter you have within yourself, within your organs, the more intelligent you talk about intelligence, you start getting into the powers. Some brother said they want superpowers. You got to understand the science behind them. Increasing the amount of brain matter, which takes you into that higher level of thought, where you're able to wield the different forces basically just by thought alone. See, your brain is the most important organism. Your brain in your stomach is the most important organ in your body. So that's important for you to manage the things that you watch, manage the things you listen to, manage the things you eat and drink. It is extremely important because it's all about multiplying the brain matter. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that movie, NZ40, where they had this one guy, he was in prison, and they give us these POs, and the POs caused him to become more smarter, and he had this like intelligence or whatever he knew nothing about computers, but as soon as he took the pill and the intelligence started flowing, he knew everything about everything, you know? And this is something that I took a liking to. I'm looking at all these different movies and I'm analyzing them and I'm like, wow, it's all about brain matter. That's what it's all about. Look at the movie Avatar. Look at all these different X-Men and all of them. You think about the brothers and sisters in the old days, in the ancient days, when they had the ability to wield these powers. And the only reason they had the ability to wield these powers is because they had the proper diet and the food that they ate, that they consumed, and the certain things that they consumed to increase their brain matter, which is why mankind spends so much time to give us the garbage to decrease brain matter. He works tirelessly 24/7 to make sure that we, as the original beings, us black and Hispanic people, excluding the Mexicans, don't get the right things in our bodies. It's got to be approved by the FDA. It's got to be approved by the USDA. That's a reptilian based system that's designed to attack everything that deals with real and raw power. All right. So the thicker your brain matter is, the higher the frequency your brain produces. That's when you're able to tap into animals and make that dog sit his ass down just by your thoughts, because your thoughts are frequencies. Why do you think how do animals communicate? They communicate through frequencies. They communicate through thought. That's why you got that show called The Animal Whisperer. The Mexican guy, he's communicating with thought. He's talking to the dog out loud. He's talking to this dog and he's using thoughts because he's mastered the part of that brain that says, hey, this is the only way to communicate with this animal is through thought. So it's something for us to really think about, something for us to really to pull in. The more denser, the more thicker the brain matter, the more intelligent, the more power. So you think about the things you eat, the things you drink, the way you move your body. Study for yourselves. And this is the beautiful part. When you start studying for yourselves and you start reading things about high frequencies and high calibers, you begin to understand things on a higher level, which means you begin to increase brain matter, increase brain frequency, and you have a greater focus on how to cause yourself to transform. It's not frequencies alone, it's other things that you have to do, like diet and exercise. It's certain things you can take to increase the brain matter, to cause the brain matter to multiply. All right? When the brain matter multiplies and the intelligence becomes superb, this is when the energies from within your body begin to tap into your energies outside of you, and you begin to wield the forces around you, nigga. You understand that? You begin to wield the forces around you. But it's all about increasing the level of brain matter. It's all about the more brain matter you have, the higher the frequencies that your brain produces. Instead of it being all 40 hertz, which is using only 10% brain power, it'll be somewhere on 270 hertz or 360 hertz, where you're literally thinking on a higher level. And this is where I'm always thinking on a higher level. I got to some part to where the wheel the force is like when I can go deep into myself and deep into my kundalini, and I can make the air start flowing in certain movements, the wind. Hey, get out of my popcorners. This is when you've increased your brain matter. This is part of the transformation series, brothers and sisters. It's all part of the transformation series. This is increasing your brain matter, which will help you to become a more advanced, powerful being. I know brothers and sisters out here, I don't know other brothers and sisters talk about this. I don't know what the hell they own. You understand this, brothers and sisters. The only way to regain power and energy is to regain and regain strength is we have to literally have to do that work that's part of the shadow work. It's part of the shadow work, your meditation in certain frequencies, doing your meditation, doing the Om chant. Om. There's certain things that you can eat. There's certain things that you can drink that will increase your brain matter. But you have to do this searching yourself, brothers and sisters. It's important that you study. Study to show yourself prove workman. Lead, not lead to whatever. So you got to study. You gotta study yourself to prove as a true warrior. So, in order to literally work with the forces all around us, all right, that brain matter that increases the intelligence, you begin to understand how to build vessels of war, flying vessels of war to shoot missiles, flying vessels just to travel in. Our ancestors in the old days, our brain matter was so thick. That's why these Saxons are so concerned about, I want to see what their brain look like. Open up their heads, even though they're mummies. They want to see what their brains look like because they want to see how thick the matter in the brain matter is, because they were able to create these vessels, meaning they, which is a higher, meaning they, which is us so-called African American inhabitants of the Caribbean and South America and in Central America. The heightened level of intelligence that caused those people I just mentioned to create extremely powerful vessels that flew through the air, that glided over the ground. All right? Crap, I landed on the ground. So this power just don't come to you. You have to work for this power. Anything that you desire, you have to work for. Anything, nothing just falls in your lap, like the preacher said in the church. You literally got to study. You got to work for this shit. You got to get the right food, the right drink. You got to think the right thoughts. You got to read the right books. You got to listen to the right things. It's all part of balance. So this is why we said we are the subject of change, bruh. When we change, everything changes around us. The more intelligent we become, the more intelligent nature becomes. That's how it works. What the heck? The more intelligent we become, the more intelligent the atmosphere becomes. And these beings are not able to do this. This is why we're talking about the grand solar flash, because it's our intelligence that's rising. It's our intelligence that's moving. You see the brother, he's already creating a fuel out of plasma. He's telling everybody, this microwave shit is simple to create. He's already doing it. He's already like, hey, I'm putting it out here. What did I do? As a dark angel, I sent a will of protection all around the brothers that are doing that, to make sure that those brothers are protected in every way. And they're gonna have dark forces protected them day in and day out. Right after I get off this video and meditate, I sent the supreme protection around that brother. So this is what we're talking about, brothers and sisters. Let's increase our level of brain matter, so that intelligence that we're supposed to have will literally begin flowing. This is what we talk about, real power, real energy, all right? Catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.